In this video, I'd like to introduce the inLAB 4.0 mill phase. It's pretty similar to the chairside mill phase, just with a couple differences. So what I'll do is I'll go through, the little step menu down here on the bottom, one by one, and just go through the differences that we have. If I hit Change Mill Device, this will be all your milling units that you have available, whether it's one or multiple milling units. So you just choose the one you'd like to use. If you hit Edit Mill Options, here we have normal milling, fast milling, and two-step milling. Notice you do not see veneer milling. That's controlled with the parameters. So if you're not familiar with that, go back and review the parameter videos. Normally I'm going to have it set just on the normal milling. That's pretty much what I mill in 95% of the time. Fast milling is obviously if you want to mill it a little bit faster. You have to be careful with the fast mill. It'll go through your burrs faster and you'll have a greater chance of chipping some margins, so be a little bit careful with the fast mill. Now the two-step mill is something a little bit different. Now the two-step mill, what it's going to do is it's going to take a little bit longer. The first step of the two-step mill, it's going to remove kind of the sides of the block. So it removes kind of gross reduction of the ceramic material, and then the second step will go in there and mill a little bit finer. It's a little bit more accurate, a little bit more detailed. Like I said, it does take a little bit longer. The instances that you're going to want to use it are, real tight spots, real intricate inlay and onlay preparations. When you do 3-unit bridges and Emacs, generally it's going to default and mill in the two-step, so that those 12 burrs can fit into those tight spots. So there are instances when you're going to use it. There are instances when you're forced to use it, but mainly it's just a bit of a finer milling. Change block size is just like it always has been. Adjust mill position is going to be with your tools, with the sprue, and the moving and the rotating of the block. And the last thing is something new, and that's export selection. So when you're in this phase and you want to do one of two things, if you want to export it to Infinident, or if you want to export it to the StackMill software, you need to export the selection here. So if I hit Export Selection, I'm going to have two options, the stack restoration and the file restoration. So if I go ahead and click Stack, it's going to export the case into the stack. Now you really don't see anything, but when I go ahead and I open up my StackMill software, that particular case, tooth number 5, will be available to import into my stack. Okay. Now conversely, if I want to export the file, we go ahead and hit Export File Restoration, and it's going to give me an ability to export in the stack, but that's really counterproductive since we can go ahead and hit the other button. Most of the time I'm going to use this for zirconia or abutments if I want to send them to Infinident. We'll go ahead and hit Infinident File, inLAB. Generally I'll just save that to my desktop and then just name the file and hit Save, and then it's going to be on my desktop. And we'll go through videos of both the StackMill and the Infinident process, but that's generally what you use this export function is to. I use it a lot for the StackMill software and also a lot to send things to Infinident. So that's the mill phase, and from here we'll go through a couple more videos and in more detail with some of these export selections.